Transformers More Than Meets the Eyes. This is Chucky from Collecting for Fun, and today we are going to finish our review of this cool triple changer. This is an Autobot triple changer known as Galaxy Shuttle. Now, Galaxy Shuttle, I believe, was in the continuation from the Japanese cartoons from the original Transformer series, where they kind of took that and ran with it and made their own kind of story out of it. And they created this character called Galaxy Shuttle, which is basically an Autobot version of Astro Train, which transforms into a shuttle and a train as well. Coloration is different, head shape's different, and so this is more or less, I believe, a Astro Train mold with a new head sculpt, and the head sculpt looks pretty cool to me. I've never watched a show where this guy was featured, but when you have an Autobot triple changer, which there's very seldom, there's a few of those ones. I jumped at the chance of getting this one because I do love Astro Train. I do love the shuttle and train type of thing. And since they don't have a Studio Series 86 Astro Train yet, I figured I will kind of get one of these right now and to kind of, uh, you know, temper that little desire and until they do have one. And so let's have a look at this. So this thing comes with a lot of accessories. You can see all the weapons on him. And you can take these weapons and create one giant gun out of it. So let's do that. So you take out these two bigger cannons and you attach them together. And you take off the side guns here. And then you're going to put those on the side of the gun. Hold on. Let me just stabilize them. And yes, so you have these little ports here that you can add the side guns to. So we're going to add that there. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then you have these kind of rocket launching things that he has on the side there, and that can go right on the bottom here. And so now, sorry, I think, yes, it goes, how does this go in here? Like this? Yes. Okay, so now he's got this badass gun going off, and he can just kind of shoot it. So instead of the several guns, he's got this giant gun here. So that is pretty darn cool in itself. Now, you can also put the weapons into this box. This transforms into a storage box. And so let's do that so you guys can see that. I like to keep the weapons displayed personally, but if you want to put them in the box to keep them for storage, you absolutely can. So there's a little spot here where this will attach to. I'll put that in. The two bigger guns go right over here. Take the side guns off over here, and then you can put the two side guns over here. And actually, I think I have those backwards. I think this has to go here and over here, and then you can close up the whole thing. Actually, maybe I did have it right the first time. Let me see. This goes here, and then, oh, sorry, these need to button down. No, I had it right. So you can have it like that if you wish. And so this box is also can be used. So I don't like the weapons in there myself, so I'm going to take these out. But you can also use this box and kind of augment the actual robot form of Galaxy Shuttle if you wish. Let me take off this piece here. It's in there pretty good. So to do that, you have to take off these gray things. And I don't like taking these off personally because they're stiff. Like one of them comes off pretty easy. One of them is really stiff to get off and on. This one particularly. So you really have to finesse that off. And you can put these on his feet. He's got these little holes right there that these feet pads can go in. And you can augment the robot mode a little bit if you wish to make him even a little bit taller. And then you can add this as a backpack. So you can, again, fold it up in a box. I'm not exactly sure what the backpack is supposed to do particularly. But you can absolutely add this on. This thing turns, I believe. How does this thing work? I had it working earlier. So yes, you turn this around and then you just kind of fold this in and then fold these up. And this part here, you can add to the back here and then just add it like that. So if you want to keep it on, you can add all the weapons back on if you wish. And then he can be one super badass uh, ally to the Autobots in their fight against the Decepticons. So we're going to add these weapons back on just so you can see everything. If you want to juice them up really well, you absolutely can with adding all these weapons and there you go. So he's all juiced up. You can see the back on there. Again, I don't see what this serves, but that's what they said that he can do. And so if you want everything on him, you absolutely can. Okay. So as far as the mold, I like the mold. He looks pretty good in robot form. The white I really like. I like the black. The head sculpt's pretty nice. So I have nothing bad to say about the actual robot mode. I think it looks pretty solid, and he's pretty tall. He's for a transformer. Let's see how he compares. So this is the Legacy Jazz, which is basically the same mode as the Studio Series 86. So you can see with the foot pads, he's almost double his height, almost pretty much. If we bring out Optimus Prime, okay, and I believe Optimus Prime is at least in some of the episodes of the Japanese cartoon, although I believe he dies again. So there's Optimus. He is definitely taller, okay. Um, and then we have Springer, who is a fellow triple changer. And I believe Springer is about the same height when you take the foot things off. He's a little bit shorter when you add these foot things on. So about the same height as that. Okay. And so that kind of gives us an idea of size. I mean, it's about the same size as Springer. If you bring out some of the bigger Transformers, like Grimlock here, he's definitely shorter, even with the foot things. So I would say he's a big Transformer. He's not the biggest Transformer. And I don't know what he looks like in the cartoon, so I don't know if he's supposed to be a lot bigger than the other Transformers. He is a transport vehicle, so perhaps he's supposed to be a lot bigger than the other Transformers. So I don't know how he scales compared to the Studio Series 86 line, but that's what he looks like against those ones. So to transform him, let's take these off, okay? And we're going to take off everything. Okay, so let's take off the accessories as well. We're going to take off the foot pad here and here, okay? And then we're also going to take off this backpack, which is a little stiff in there too, because that's got the 3 prongs that attaches it in. So you got to do a little bit of muscle pull that off there. Okay, so now the transform, we're going to take this apart and transform it back. And so you got to put the feet thing back on. So let's do that. And this one goes in nice. This one, as I said, this is the one that gives me a little bit trouble. And I don't know why that is, but it is stiff, stiff, stiff. And it takes a little bit of muscle to get that one in. Okay, so we're going to leave that here because when we do the space launch after, we're going to transform into spaceship, we're going to need this out. And there's 2 ways we can do it. There's one like this and the other way, which we're going to show. But let's transform it into Shuttle first. So the first thing we got to do is work with the hands. So you can see that the hands there's a little spot for them to fold into. So we're going to fold in the hands. And the hands are I guess, the first step of the transformation. So we have to get the arms up. So you can see there's a little slot right there. And so we have to twist the arm to get the reciprocal slot here to measure up with that. And then we're going to bring that in, but we're also going to fold the arm up as well. And then we got to fold the arm into a way that so we can do the shuttle part. So this part always is a little bit tricky because you got to kind of fold up the arm a little bit in a way. And so this is not bending in at 90 degrees. Let me see if I can, yeah, there we go. Bend that in at 90 degrees there. Okay, so this is supposed to go in like that, okay, and we're going to bend the other arm the same way. So we're going to, again, find where that slot is there. We're going to turn the wrist around so this slot here and this lines up. Bend that in, okay. Again, we got to fold that in at 90 degrees, and then we'll get that up there as well. There we go. And then we're going to, yeah, bend that down. So his arms are pretty much up in the air now. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to unlock his chest plate. So we're going to flip these black things off on the side here. A little tab there we can flip up. And then we're going to bring this up, and this has the wing that goes, or the back wing that was going to go up. Tail, I don't know what you want to call it. We're going to flap these things down to lock it into place. Now we're going to bring this whole section up. Okay, so that brings that up like that. Okay, and then we're going to lock that in place. Hear that click there, and we're going to bring the engine or the back thrusters or whatever you want to call these things. We're going to bring that up. So we have to unlock that, push this up, and then we're going to lock this into place where these two tabs here go into the locks into there. Okay, so that essentially is the back part of the shuttle. Now we're going to do the front end. So the front end, we got to flip these things up. So that's these two little pieces, they flip up. And now we're just going to concentrate on the feet now. So part of it is we got to flip the foot. This foot has to flip back over to here. All right, so that's part. Now you can see kind of where the train's going to come in later on. Flip that back. So now we have this, and you can see the shuttle, front of the shuttle is kind of hidden inside the feet. So we're going to kind of loosen this out a little bit and loosen this out a little bit. And we're going to line up the shuttle. And you can see there's little pins there that go into here. So we're going to line that up into here. Oops. We're going to line that up into there. Okay. And then we're just basically going to finesse these back into here. And so it's a little tricky to do because you got to finesse it from the back and the front, or the underneath and the front, to get them to really lock in there. So I find the bottom locks pretty good. The top doesn't quite lock as nicely. I can never get this crease completely gone. That's, when I squeeze it hard, yeah, you can see the Autobot insignia, but this doesn't really lock in. Anyways, the last part is we're going to fold this part down, and now we have the shuttle pretty much transformed for us. You can see that again, I can get this part good. This part does not seal 100%. And I don't know if it's just my copy of it, but that's what I've been finding mine. So anyways, you can add definitely the guns back on top to give it some firepower. Okay, so you can add this one here, missiles here, and so you have the giant guns there, and then you can put the side guns here as well. So now this thing is just our firepower machine. So not only can transport the Autobots to wherever they're going, it has a lot of firepower it can go into space with, and it's called a Galaxy Shuttle. So I imagine this is designed to transport the Autobots in space. Now this thing here, if we put it down like this, it's supposed to, I believe, come in like that. It doesn't really lock in, but the picture shows that it's sitting on top of this pad. And I don't know if that's how it's supposed to launch, but that's how it's pictured in the transformation. And so we'll go with that. And then the other way that you use this thing is as it's pictured on the back of this, where it's sitting as a shuttle launching thing. So that's where we bring these pads out again, and we're going to flip this pad out here and turn it that way. Okay, so this lines up like that, and then we can have the shuttle sitting. We just have to turn this a little bit. Is that right? No, turn like that. And we just line up the shuttle to against it. Again, a little hard to do when you can't see the exact angle, so you're just gonna line that up, and we'll get that in there. And so we can line up the shuttle like that, and it looks like it's launching into space there. So that's pretty nice. So that's to me, that's a pretty cool accessory. That's just having that extra launch pad. And so that, my friends, is the shuttle transformation. And you can see on the bottom, you can see it's all train underneath. So obviously when it turns around, that's where we're going to start to get the train. Very similar to the Astro train that we grew up with, other than the colors and the face shape. Okay. And then this thing's new. So I'm not sure if they're going to conclude that. I don't know if they're going to change the mold when they do the Studio Series 86 Astro Train. And I don't even know when that's coming. I hope it's coming soon, but I don't know. So as you can see, I got that pretty in there. So you have to really kind of force that sucker out. We're going to transform this back into the that. We're going to turn this back into the box, because when we are transforming this thing back into the train mode, the box actually can become part of the caboose of the train. So we got that ready, okay? And we're going to add that to the back after. So let's take off all the weapons off of this. And the box is just basically just folds up in place. So it's not that complicated. It just folds up, okay? In case that was too fast for you guys. But yeah, the box is obviously not the most complicated thing. It does take a little bit to line it up, but once it closes, it's fine. And I'm going to take this off. Okay, so now we're going to convert the plane or shuttle mode into the train mode. So the first thing we do is we're going to free up this part here, and then we're going to bring this thing back in. So we're going to fold that wing back in, bring that down, and bring that down. So you can see his head's now exposed, but that's fine. And then we're going to free up the front part of the shuttle, bring that out, and then we got to free up this part, bring that out. Okay, we're going to have everything kind of loose there. As far as the back goes, we're just going to fold the wings, okay, and then bring these flaps in, and then we can bring this thing back in to lock into place again. So that brings up the back of the train. Oh, that's not quite in. Let me just get that hand back in there. Okay, so that's in there, and that's in there now. So we're going to flip these in eventually. Actually, I should probably just do that now. And flip those in. So you can see the train's going to be a little bit wider. So as I said, I'm not sure if they're going to use this exact same mold for when they do the Studio Series 86. I'm hoping they take elements of this and improve on it, just to make the Astro Train a little bit more special. They did that with Springer. They made it similar to this Legacy Springer, but with some improvements. So as long as there's some improvements and changes, so that's makes it worth purchasing, I think that would be nice. And then obviously the coloration's got to be bang on, the paint's got to be bang on, the head shape's got to be bang on. Obviously, those are a must. Okay, so for the train, a couple things we got to do. So I kind of flipped that out, and I shouldn't have. We should turn this first. Okay, so we're going to turn the front of the shuttle around. So now we got the train in the front there. It's upside down. The other thing we got to do now is we're going to flip this up to get that the top of the train done. So we'll flip these pieces out. Okay. And the last thing, you can see there's a little bit of a slot there. So we're going to have to raise this part of the train up. That's this part here. This raises up. Okay. And so that pin kind of drives up. So we want this part up. And so now we can flip this around. We can bring the front of the train together. Okay. So now you can see the front of the train's coming together. And then we're going to bring this back as we had when we had it in shuttle mode. And it's kind of lock these into place. There we go. And then we're going to flip these things down. Okay, and so now we have pretty much a train mode. Oh, this part is not locked as nicely as I thought. Okay, so now we have the train mode. This does not want to lock. I think I must have something off kiltered a little bit. All right. So we got the train here. All right. And so you can see the black and the white. The black train looks pretty cool. Coloration looks right. I just think the train to me just feels a little bit short and wide. And that's just me. I just, to me, width wide, the proportions don't look right to me, is what I'm saying. The actual, front of the train does not look bad, right? The sides okay, but yeah, it looks kind of different. And I don't know if I might have this train up a little bit. Let me see if that's the reason why it's not coming together. Maybe I don't have the legs all straight as I thought. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. All right, get the legs a little bit straighter and get this thing to line up a little bit nicer. And there we go. All right, so you guys get the gist anyways. So we get the train, there we go, locked in. And so the caboose can go on to the back. So again, we got to line up the thrust area in the back to these pins here, and we connect those together. And so now the train has caboose, and also for the caboose can hold all the weapons. So, and I don't know if it's just my version, but my train does not work or does not connect the way it should connect. So I have these things can go on top, and then the weapons can go definitely on the side, at least on this side. But this one, my hole is messed up. It looks like it's been distorted by heat or whatever. So this gun, as you can see on the picture here, should go into here, but mine does not. So I might have to play with that with, I don't know what I'm going to play with it. I have to sand it down or something. I don't know. But somehow this has to open up a bit more for me to get in. So in the meantime, I'm going to put this gun over here. And then this rocket thing can go here for now. And, you know, looks okay. Although this should be more here, okay? But that is the train, and with the caboose, it makes it a little bit bigger, so that's a nice feature. But yeah, overall, I think the train's okay. As I said, I think that to me, anyways, and it just could be me just being picky. To me, the train looks a little bit short and a little bit fat, in proportions. And so that would be my only knock on this transformer is the train, um, and it could be a little bit more proportionate to a little bit higher, a little bit more narrow. But I think obviously because of the way they have to engineer the transformation, this may be the best they could do. I'm not sure, but as I said, if they do when they do the Studio Series 86 Astrotrain, I'm hoping they use components like of this, but kind of improve upon it if they can. Because I really think Astro Train, who's one of the more iconic triple changers, really deserves a really cool transformer and transformation, and one that's kind of unique to its own. So, anyways, that's my take of it. So let's transform it back into robot mode. So we're going to get these flaps up. Okay, we're going to free up his feet, get these separated. We're going to flip this in and push that down. We're going to flip this in again and push this down. Okay, and then we're going to flip this part of the foot in. Just got to free it up so we can do so. And same thing here. We're going to see if we can flip that down, and now we can complete the feet. Okay, so we can bring these parts down, and we're going to flip these things in. Now they're pretty locked in, so you'd have to really kind of jimmy those down. This is a very stiff joint to pull these out, but definitely quite doable. And then, so that's more or less the feet. Let's bring these pads down. We got to bring these down eventually, so let's bring those down. And now we just got to work on the back. And so now we're going to flip these things back up. Flip those back up, and we're going to open up the wings here. Okay. So that's done there. And so now we're just going to flip this back thing down. Double join it, fold in. Okay, snap that in place. And so this whole segment's going to kind of come down. So we're just going to bring that down here, lock that in place. And so we're basically now more or less done, other than the arms. We're going to bring those down. And again, we're going to unlock the hand arm joints, kind of rotate, okay, lock this arm thing down into here. All right, and then we're going to bring this arm out and allow that to bend properly. And then we got to bring the hand out. So I forgot to mention the fingers do not open. It's just one giant fist there. So I'm not sure if they're going to improve upon that when they make the Astrotrain version of Studio Series 86. We shall see. Bring that arm down, and then we'll rotate the arm so it bends properly. Okay, so my friends, that is it. We have now transformed the Galaxy Shuttle. And then again, I like it with the weapons on, so I'm gonna put these things back on there. And again, this to me is a really cool transformer. It's gonna definitely satisfy me until they do a Astro Chain, and then I hope they really do improve upon this mold so that it makes it much more worth buying it. And so overall, happy with this mold. I like the face shape. I like the whole thing, the look of it. I think this is a really nice triple changer. And I'm yeah, for a transformer I don't know too much about, Galaxy Shuttle. This is a pretty cool transformer. Looks pretty cool. I like the colors. The fact it's an Autobot and it's a Autobot version of Astro Train is not bad to me because I love Astro Train. And to be honest, when I played with him, he was I didn't portray him too much as a bad guy. So I just loved Astro Train as a transformer because I thought it was so cool that you can transform into a robot train and spaceship. And so this is a cool white version of it. The shuttle looks like a Challenger, and the train is nice and black color. I like that. It looks pretty cool. As I said, my only complaint about I like that shuttle mode looks awesome. Robot mode looks awesome. Train mode looks pretty good, but as I said, to me, it looks a little bit short and stubby. But that's just me. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this review. To me, it's a pretty cool transformer. So if you love Astro Train, And you can't wait till the Studio Series 86 comes out. This will tie you over. It's pretty solid. It's pretty big, and yeah, I'm happy with this one. And but yeah, so if you loved it, hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like and subscribe button. We do have a special video in planned for you guys when we hit 1,000 subscribers. We're going to get ourselves a Robeson Grimlock, basically a version of this big guy here, and we're going to get one that actually walks and talks by itself with some instruction, of course. And it can walk in dinosaur mode and robot mode, and it has the voice actor of the original G1 cartoon of Grimlock. So it's going to be a really cool video to unbox that, and then we're going to shoot a couple videos of it just to show all the things it can do, and then also pair that with our Roboson Optimus Prime and see what kind of adventures they can get onto. So again, thank you so much for watching. This is Chucky from Collecting for Fun. Until next time, you guys take care.